I'll start.
Thank
My
you.
my name's Natalie Matus. I own First Class Laundry Services here in West Palm Beach, Florida. I actually, my family opened the laundry about 10 years ago here in West Palm. Um, it was my mom's funny enough. My mom like retired from being a preschool owner and a like a doctorate in education. And one of her friends opened a laundry, I don't know, maybe 15 years ago, and she saw how profitable it was and wanted to get in on it. My mom was probably 65 at the time. Now, obviously, 10 years later, she is in her mid 70s. So this is, she's here maybe once a week. She's a retiree. She travels the world and it's great for her. But she's slowing down a bit in terms of wanting to be in the business. So my brother and I have kind of been at it in terms of being here on a daily basis, trying to keep it going. We started offering more services. We have self service. We have drop wash dry fold service. People drop off and pick up, and then we also do pick up and delivery now. That's something that I started a couple of years ago, based on the fact that you want to sustain the business but also grow the business as well. So we started pickup and delivery, with my plan to get more commercial business. That was a huge goal for me. I set out. I'm not a salesperson. I'm just not that person. I'm very friendly, very outgoing, but I'm not a salesperson whatsoever. So I found a sales. I
Okay.
s- I
Give, just give
I
them out of
hired a
dryer so we
company
can keep
called
working on this
Let
one.
Grow,
Okay.
and Let Grow helps
Gotta go into this
laundromat
dryer.
owners
Until
go
at least one
from
of them is empty.
zero businesses to
Until
having a
that one.
huge plethora of commercial
Until the
business.
two.
And I credit them to everything that we have right
Okay,
now
the
in
big
terms of commercial.
animals
Um,
behind the
and it's an
six in the dryer.
amazing,
I am
um,
the bag.
it's an amazing,
They're
it's
going to the
amazing
front.
how many
Without this
people need
gigantic
laundry service.
oh,
And,
it's
Just a
and
second,
like,
Natalie.
faster.
Christine, Christine, welcome. Can you mute yourself, please? I don't have capacity to do that. Christine Lay. All right, continue, Natalie. So a lot of people need laundry
yeah, I
services.
mean, you don't realize like what kinds of businesses need laundry. I mean, we're doing stuff for party rental places, obviously, and those are and hotels. But you have Airbnb management companies that own several properties that need, constant, rotation of their laundry. We do a flood restoration business. We do, um, geez, I mean, all kinds of all kinds of. We just got a new party rental place. They just need tablecloths done. Other people need napkins done. Um, the flood restoration business is like a 24. They're a 24-hour business, so they're constantly calling us to do their laundry because they're dealing with, you know floods and mold and all kinds of stuff. But yeah, I mean, that was a huge goal for me, was to start the commercial side of the business, because that's where we see the biggest, you know, the it's like, I don't want to say gravy on top of having a laundry business, but it's just, more services that you can offer to the public. So for us, that's sort of where we're at. And in terms of what my plans are, it's just to build on top of what we're doing now. I mean, like I said, there's no lack of people. Everyone needs laundry. Everyone needs their laundry done. I have moms who call us and they're just overwhelmed, and my sister-in-law has 5 kids, and like she's like, I just can't do it, so we pick it up, we do it, and same day. We do a lot of stuff same day, so a lot of people count on us, and it's a great business.
And Natalie, thank you so much. Just to clarify, so you do have like a laundromat, like people come in and do their own laundry
Yeah,
as
we have
well.
we have
Okay,
39 washers and 39 dryers, and we're busy. I mean, we were open 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
awesome.
um and people are here at 5:30, 5:45, like waiting for us to open. Like, it's
Okay.
crazy. And the
Oh,
weekends
wow.
obviously are really busy too, so and then
Okay.
summer comes and all the kids are running around, and it's crazy.
Good times. Good times. We need some technology for that, right? No, just kidding.
Oh,
Um, all right, Katisha, do you want to go next?
Hello, ladies. Good morning, and gentlemen. My name's Katisha. I am from my laundromat is named Cozy Clean Laundry, located in Decatur, Georgia. So I opened in 2017 in December, um, providing services such as self-service, drop-off, wash and fold, dry cleaning, um, pickup and delivery services, residential and commercial pickup and delivery. And then we even got into linen rentals, particularly towels. And so the business grew. I didn't initially have that model in mind. I just wanted to be stay-at-home mom with a self-service laundromat so I wouldn't have to do anything. That does not exist. There's no such thing. I repeat, I repeat. There's no such thing as a hands-off passive income laundromat that will just bring in droves of quarters and you just will break your back in collecting quarters every day because they're just overflowing the Home Depot, bucket that, it's y'all, it's not real. Don't spend $300 to $1,000 to for someone to help you. Okay, just buy a CLA membership. All right. Okay. So I know Monica's like, ooh, plug. So so yeah, so I built the business because I saw the opportunities that existed, the opportunities I was missing out on by not expanding my services, and my brain just works that way. I'm very ambitious. And so, very successful. We had commercial accounts, ranging with Airbnbs to then, getting a Tide account, Peloton account. It just was it's a great business. However, my model required me to be there all the time because I built myself into it, not knowing I was doing that, and felt dragged versus, leading my business, if that makes sense. And so I then experienced a fire, not because of my dryers, not because of my washers, but because of in the break room there was a microwave and a fan and well, really electrical the electrical was dated, and so they never could really find out where it stemmed from, but the store had to be rewired because it was out of code. And so it had me down for about almost 3 years, believe it or not. Things happen. I mean, it's a process. And so thankfully I had a good team that includes a lawyer, a public adjuster, and a mighty prayer team, and a great laundry association, a great group of laundry owners that were just very supportive and encouraging. And so I reopened actually about 3 weeks ago. And so in this time, I would consider myself in a greater situation. I was able to improve get better, larger machines. I now offer more options of pay. I love my store. I mean, I'm like all in love with it all over again. And lessons learned from my first rodeo I'm now applying this time. I'm not building myself as part of the heartbeat of the store, As you can see, I'm taking this call from my home office. So, not saying I'm not going to be there. I'll be there later, but just finding some balance in regards to running the store. I am a mom of three, so I'm not, so I have to think about, how this store needs to pace itself, and well, how it needs to operate, and how it'll fit. But yeah, I don't want to take up more time because I know this is more introductions, and of course we'll get into the details of what I'm doing now and the technological advancements that I have in this go round that I didn't have then, that I have now. And Monica, give it back to you so we can hear from Hannah.
Okay, well, I just want to say thank you for saying what you said, especially about the quarters. My husband and I talk about that all the time. There's so many influencers out there right
Oh
now
my
just
goodness.
showing, like the rate of return, and it's like anything else, right? It's what you it's reflective of how much effort you put in towards it. So it's not a
Mhm.
set it and forget it kind of a thing and just industry. I
Mhm.
mean, it can be, but if you want a certain
Mhm.
level of success, then
Mhm.
there's something to be said for that. So thank you for that shout out, and I'm looking forward to hearing more. All right, Hannah, you're up.
Good morning. So my name is Hannah Chapman. I live in Oklahoma. We're currently at the lake right now, so I'm in my RV. That's why you see what's going on. But kind of like Katisha said, your goal is to work yourself out of a job, and I'm trying to work myself out of a job, so I'm enjoying a few days out. So we have 4 stores. I'm in 3 different communities in Oklahoma. We're kind of marching up I-35, which goes all the way from Texas to Kansas and all the way up. So we're kind of in the south central area of Oklahoma. Our stores range from anywhere from 20 washers, 20 dryers to about 25 washers, 25 dryers. So we're in smaller communities. We're still considered small market. Our largest town is in a town of 25,000. So, and our smallest store is in a town of 6,000, which it actually has the largest margins, which is kind of what you wouldn't think. People, people kind of discredit some of those small town laundries, but you do a great job. You offer a great service at a good price, and they'll keep coming back. So we're self-serve laundromats. We also offer wash and fold. We have pickup and delivery, both commercial and household. We have introduced pressing. We don't really have a connection with the dry cleaners, and my husband's like, I don't really want to do dry cleaning. So props to you that do both. Great job, Natalie, doing that. And so but we do offer pressing, and it's been a great service to bring in those people that weren't originally wash and fold, and they come to us just for our pressing, and then we get them hooked in wash and fold. And it's those moms that have husbands that work outside the home. They don't have time to do it. They've got 4 kids. So it's been a great addition. And then this year we actually added a self-serve dog wash to our newest store that we just finished last year. And it has been a great addition. It's a good community piece because people are very passionate about their dogs. They may not know that they need us for laundry. And then because they're literally right next door, they're like, hey, I'll just peek in. And it's been a great generator of bringing people in that we wouldn't have thought of. So we started in 2019 over Christmas family dinner. My dad was like, hey, Dr. Joe, which was the only family doctor in town, quit practice, and he opened laundromats. So kind of like Natalie, your mom was an educator and got out of it because of the thing. So that's what started it. And we opened our first store in 2020. And then we've added a store almost every year since. So.
And what does the future look like for you, Hannah?
So right now we're working on an acquisition in one of the towns that we're already in, that we already have 2 stores in there. And they're kind of like, hey, you're pretty much putting us out. Will you just buy our business? And so we're like, hey, this is interesting. So we have that. And then we're starting a ground up build in the fall. So yeah, so we're just kind of expanding and growing. My husband said, I want to have 10. And I was like, oh, sure, that's fine. And then we have 4. And I'm like, that's a lot. That's a lot. So I also homeschool our kids. And so trying to balance the home life, being a mom and working, and it is not passive. It is not sit it and forget it. And so we grind a lot. Our kids know how to empty machines. They help us a lot, but we're just raising up the next generation so they understand what hard work is and how to work hard and not just get a handout. So
I love that. Thank you. And Katisha, I don't know that we talked about what's in the future for you for your laundry business.
Well, the future for me is I definitely want to expand with more locations. I am this go round, I offered all the things when I was open, prior to the fire and was successful in them. But what I like about this chance, the second go round, is that, I'm actually going to exclude some things that it might have brought in money, but when I think about it, I really didn't like it. And what I'm learning is that because it brought in money, it don't mean you got to do it. It's like a friend of mine who owns a family practice she's a nurse practitioner. And she's like, I mean, we're women, right? She's like, I don't like doing pap smears. And she was told, well, you don't have to do it. You can outsource that because you are a because you have a family, but don't mean you have to offer all the things, because, and that's something I've learned, like, I don't have to offer all the things. I can outsource. So that's one of the things that I'm looking to do this go round. I want to focus more on commercial because I really enjoyed that space more than I did residential pickup and delivery. And so, like Natalie was saying, I mean, there's just margins there that I really, really like. And though I'm not a salesperson, I've become one. And so those are I actually did emergency services for a local jail. And even though it was a few days, I mean, Natalie, you know what we can charge, in that time frame. And what I made in that span was, man, compared to residential pickup having to do that, spending like crazy, Natalie, I'm like, nope, I think I'm just going to try this commercial space and just really dive in and do that. So that is really one of the spaces that I'm really wanting, emergency laundry services. And she mentioned party rentals, Natalie, I'm doing that as well. And so just really developing that space and actually taking on a different spin, and companies are looking for community activities. And so I'm wanting to take a direction of where I actually have companies that I've approached through my chamber to actually help them with their social responsibility. So then that way, free laundry day is part of, multiple businesses' corporate responsibility, which, so I'm using different, I'm taking different approaches to bringing in money, but also, so I'm being very, and we'll get more into that, where I'm just, getting very creative and how I'm approaching different companies and building partnerships, because that is my strength. I can build partnerships very well with business owners, and so I'm wanting to capitalize on my own strengths, and as I do that. And by the way, I do work full time too. So for those that are like, can I do this and work full time? I work full time too. And that wasn't since 2017. That's been for the last 2 years. So I just want to put that spin in there, since we have a broad audience here. So no one will feel alone.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. Like, we've got super women on this call. I'm so